Good morning. It's a tough day out there today. We started off with those thunderstorms that produced severe hail in parts of the valley. We'll check in on that in just a moment. And on top of that, we're dealing with some rain that's still out there and this fog that's going to create some low visibility for you for that morning drive if you're heading out this morning. This is our view on our First Alert Skycam network right here in Fargo as we're looking off to the west along I-94. Same thing in Northern Valley. We've got some issues with low visibility. Here's a look at our flood cam in East Grand Forks. You can see the low visibility. You can still see that river creeping up, but the city lights over on the Grand Forks side of the red, tough to make out with this fog that's in place. And speaking of those rivers, just a quick look at some of these in Grand Forks. We're still at moderate flood stage this morning. Last check, 4,504 feet. And the Red River in Fargo now back into moderate flood stage at 25.08 feet and going up. We're looking at a crest Thursday evening sometime in the afternoon and evening at about 27.5 feet. So watching that river go back up again for a second crest with the snow we got melting and adding to the system. And on top of that, the additional rains we've seen recently. So again, that fog is a big problem here. We're looking at visibility at a quarter mile in Howlocken and Grand Forks. At the airport in Fargo, a little less than 2 miles visibility. Other places running into some issues with visibility due to fog and rain too. We've got that dense fog advisory in effect for anybody in the gray area right along the Red River and to the west. And that is in effect until 8 o'clock this morning for most areas. So we had the severe thunderstorms rolling through. Now it's outside of our viewing area. The severe threat has moved on. We've got a severe thunderstorm warning for Brainerd, so that's east of us. Still seeing some rain though right here in the valley. You can see things have quieted for the Wadena County area. That was the last place where we saw the hail earlier this morning. And we've got some hailstones that were reported to us from viewers, and one was in the Wahpeton-Breckenridge area, a little bit greater than a quarter diameter hail, or 1 inch in diameter. There we go. But also off to the east in Wadena County, Verndale, and in Wadena, or at least nearby, we're looking at about 1 inch diameter hail. Now we're not done with the rain just yet. I also want to point out in Otter Tail County the showers that are moving through, and we've got a lightning bolt yet again in some of those same places, unfortunately, that got hit by heavy rain. Looks like around the Battle Lake area right now, getting that another thunderstorm moving through and another bout of some heavier rain. And you can see this little cluster of showers just continuing to move eastward. It may be with us for a little while here this morning. And so we're adding more to our rainfall amounts. This is a look at what the radar estimates about how much rain we saw. And you can see right in Otter Tail County, looking at a line of potential 1 inch hail, 1 inch rain. We'll get it together here this morning, our first severe event of the season. And that's really been an area that's been really starting to work out some of that water. So we're adding more to it now as we're keeping an eye on things today. Temperatures right now, 30s up in the north and west. We are at 50 in Fergus Falls, so very mild. It's 41 in Fargo and 35 in Grand Forks. We will today, I'm just going to quickly talk about this because I mentioned we want to talk about tomorrow's forecast too. We'll see a nice afternoon. Once the fog and the rain clears out from this morning, we'll end up with some sunshine this afternoon. Temperatures rising into the upper 40s, into the 50s, and even some of us approaching 60 down by Ellendale here for today. So a warm one and more sunshine on the way. Now let's head into Wednesday because we have our next system moving in, and we're going to see some winds really picking up with this. This is Wednesday morning. We're going to watch as winds really start to increase into the second half of the day and into Wednesday night. You could see that we're looking at chances for rain and some snow squalls moving through as that wind really drives in. We'll get some gusts going into the 30s, 40s, maybe even 50 miles per hour Wednesday night and into Thursday. So that'll be the next system to watch out for, in addition to the rain that's still lingering right now here in the valley. Temperatures will be cooling by Thursday to 40. A break on Friday for Good Friday. Saturday's our next chance for some precipitation. And then for Easter Sunday, right now looking pretty good. Just a little cool with a high of about 40 degrees.
Okay, cool but quiet compared to the start of the week.
That's right.
Thank you, Lisa.